What is up, Impact Nation? Welcome to another episode of the Anthem of Impact Wrestling show. I am your host, Jason, as always. This is going to be the second video I'm putting up today, hence, same outfits. It's okay, though. I ain't changing outfits just because I'm doing a different video. Same day for me, alright? Anyway, I mentioned at the end of my last video, I've been wanting to do some other kind of videos about some different topics that I just kind of wanted to talk about. And this was the main one that I wanted to talk about. And as you can see from the title of this video, hashtag Woken ain't working. Alright? And I want to start this off right off the bat. This is not against Matt. This is not against Rebby. This is not against anybody in the Hardy family or any of the Hardys or any of that crap. So I don't want to see anybody on here. I don't want to see anybody in the comments talking, like I'm just a hater. I'm just pissed off because the Hardys left Impact Wrestling. Actually, you know what? If you guys are hating on it, you're going to leave that comment. I know exactly what it's going to say. You're going to say that they left TNA. Well, TNA ain't around. It's Impact fucking Wrestling, okay? So, it's none of that. This video, it's not talking shit on any of them. To be honest, it's not even talking shit on WWE. This is just me kind of ranting a little bit on the WWE sheep of fans that they have. And I like WWE. I'm probably going to watch Raw tonight. I haven't been watching too much here lately, and I probably should because I love the Royal Rumble. I'm definitely going to be watching Royal Rumble, and I kind of need to get kind of a little bit more caught back up on what's going on as of right now. So I'm probably going to watch tonight. I'll watch SmackDown tomorrow night. But there's this wrestling community out there. And it's not just the WWE universe, but they do live within the WWE universe. And it's these fans that think everything should evolve and run through the WWE. And I'm just not a fan that can get behind that. It shouldn't just go through the WWE. Sometimes things are better left not in the WWE. And, that same group also are the ones that think that, like, Ring of Honor is actually a really good company and New Japan can never do wrong. And most of the time, New Japan really can't do wrong. They're hitting it very well. I'm a big New Japan fan. And at the same time, I like Ring of Honor, but if Ring of Honor didn't have their working relationship with New Japan, that company would be hurting bad right now. I mean, think about it. And I love it because people are like, they don't allow the Bullet Club to run all over them like the NWO did WCW. Maybe not as far as like they're constantly, doing gang mentality stuff because they never have really ever done that. Where, they might kind of cheat to win some things, but it's not like how in the NWO back in the day, they basically would jump everybody, right? It would always, all their matches would end with, it'd be like Ric Flair versus Hogan, but then at some point, by the end of the match, a ref would go down, and then you would have both Outsiders and K-Dog and Scott Norton run out and beat the crap out of Flair, and then Hogan would just roll him up for a pin and get the win. So, yeah, Bullet Club's never done that type of stuff. But Bullet Club, that's all that they talk about is Bullet Club on Ring of Honor. I mean, they had, for instance, what happened to Jay Lethal? What happened to Jay Briscoe? I mean, those two guys had some of the best World Heavyweight title runs, and then especially Jay Lethal TV title run, than people have had in a very long time. But Cody Rhodes, who wins the title, Marty Scurll wins TV title, and, all this other stuff, and, the Briscoes were on, and yeah, the Briscoes had the three-man tag titles, the trios titles with Bully Ray, and like a few things like that. But man, Jay Briscoe was up there as far as could be like one of the best world heavyweight champions that they've had in a very long time. Was shooting up to superstardom. Same thing with Jay Lethal, man. I mean, people were both of them were to that point where they started getting that WWE treatment. Oh, come on. You guys are successful. As soon as your contracts are done, you're to WWE. Can't wait for it. They were getting that treatment. Now it's kind of not really happening. So to sit there, it's that same group that has that same type of thought mentality. those were the same ones that once the broken gimmick got over in Impact Wrestling, they started saying, we need that in the WWE. Could you imagine what it would look like in the WWE with that production value? Oh my God. Could you see them? Oh, that'd be awesome. Oh, the Hardys versus the Wyatts. Oh my God, that would be amazing. And most Impact Wrestling fans would say, no, it won't be amazing. Just wait. It goes to WWE. It's not going to be as good. And of course, any of those fans that would speak out would be told, "Oh, you're just WWE haters. You're just sore Impact fans that don't know what's good and blah blah blah. And the Hardys deserve better." And we get that all the time. But here I am as an Impact Wrestling fan, and trust me, I was one of those Impact Wrestling fans that actually kind of thought too, like, you know what? If they actually let him do it, it would be kind of cool. But I just knew better. I mean, it's like these WWE fans that they'll also shit on their own product too, but then they'll turn around and they still think like, oh, but they'll be better in the This guy will get a chance, and no, they won't. And I know at first it kind of was, it was kind of fault of Ed Nordholm for not letting them take the gimmick right away. So they were kind of like trying to play with it, but not really. And I get that. I'm just talking about since it's been definite that the Hardys have the gimmick and they can use it. So basically, and I've seen, Woke Culture just did a video basically kind of complaining about the Woken gimmick and how the WWE needs to let him actually do what he needs to do, thinking that it hasn't been booked right. I've seen Wrestle talk about how they're just, for some reason, they're not doing anything with it. It's not been as good. I've seen some other people on YouTube just have these videos whenever they're doing their Raw reviews, basically say things like, the Woken gimmick, it's like they don't know what to do with it. And they don't. And they weren't going to know what to do with it. Because at the end of the day, it's Vince McMahon's product. He's not going to just randomly let Matt Hardy do whatever the hell he wants. Because then you're going to have Bray go, hey, why can't I do whatever I want? Then you're going to have, Finn Balor go, wait, why can't I do what I want? Samoa Joe, why can't I do what I want if you're letting Matt Hardy do what he does? I've got good ideas too. So he's not going to let that happen because he doesn't want the inmates running the asylum. That old saying. So for a lot of people that just thought that, Matt Hardy was going to come in and it was going to be at the Hardy compound and things were going to be shot with Vanguard 1, unless they bought another drone, it ain't happening because Vanguard 1 was Jeremy Borish's personal drone that he has his own actual flight license for. In fact, Vanguard 1, if anybody was watching Bound for Glory, Vanguard 1 was the one doing the aerial camera shots for Bound for Glory. So anytime you saw outside shots of like the Aberdeen Pavilion, that was Vanguard 1. That was his own personal drone, just flying and filming things. So, yeah, so Vanguard 1 is not showing up again. And everybody started freaking out thinking, whoa, Vanguard 1's Twitter account's back up. Of course it was. It's just his Twitter account. That's one that probably Matt or Rebby controls. So, and look, to be honest, I hope that they do, because I want to see, because, I'm just like everybody else. I grew up watching wrestling. I was more of a WCW fan than a WWE fan, but I'm ready for WWE to start taking chances again and start being maybe, not necessarily edgier, but let them be more creative and more free. I'm definitely all for that. So I would like to see that, but to think that was going to happen, I think was absolutely ridiculous. That's some, dreamer stuff. Yeah, I don't know what else they have. How much does WWE have to keep letting you down before you as fans start realizing, oh, okay, well, that ain't gonna happen. Like everybody keeps talking about, oh man, can you imagine the matches Ricochet is gonna have whenever he comes in at 205 Live or comes into NXT? Yeah, in NXT he might have some pretty good matches. Second, he gets brought up to the main roster. You think they're gonna let Ricochet have those type of choreographed matches like he had against Will Ospreay? It's not good for TV. It's not good for production. That's why 205 Live is not. They're not doing anything with it. 205 Live is no different than the rest of the show. Nothing different. They're not letting them do anything that's really kind of spectacular or different or showcasey because they, number one, they're just they're the little guys. They're not supposed to show up the rest of the card. You know, so all they've done right now with the Woken gimmick is his laugh. It's what he does now. I mean, might as well just call him the Joker. I mean, that's what he does. The only thing that they've really capitalized on with Matt Hardy is his laugh. Just him laughing. That is it. They haven't capitalized on anything else. And they're not going to because they don't like doing anything outside of backstage and in the ring. And they haven't even given you really a full-blown story of like what re-woke Matt Hardy. There's nothing there to really get involved with. Meanwhile, in Impact Wrestling, you were intrigued and fell in love with the Broken gimmick because he started off as a heel. See, he was a heel, big money Matt, right? World Heavyweight Champion, doing all this stuff, and re-lost it, but then that kind of started the downfall. Then Jeff came back, and he was mad at Jeff because, they won the World Tag Team Champions, and then Jeff went and was a spot monkey and broke his leg, and then he was out forever. So then they had to relinquish those titles. Then he had to fend for himself the whole time Jeff was out. So then they were feuding. Then they got into like this big kind of blood feud, which ended with Jeff Hardy doing one of his insane swantons off this huge platform down through a table on Matt Hardy, which then broke him. And they ran with this spot that he was like legit injured. Really legit injured. And then, so he was gone for a while. Then, all of a sudden, they brought back Willow, which really wasn't Jeff. Jeff's like, it's not me. What's going on? Willows were attacking Jeff. It was revealed it was Matt. And Matt all of a sudden was broken. And he was, doing all these different things. He has this streak in his hair now. He's gone crazy. They played it off like the brokenness came from him being hit so hard. It was almost like amnesia a little bit. And then it grew, and it kept growing, and it grew more, and it changed, and it evolved to what then we saw as the final product of Broken. And then they continued their feud. And then the whole time it was Broken Matt Hardy trying to break Brother Nero. And then he became Broken Brother Nero after a different, another match that broke them and final deletion and all this other stuff. Then that's whenever you got kind of, I think, everybody involved after final deletion of what this gimmick was. And then that was the full thing. And that's what they wanted to see in WWE right away. And you're not going to get that. They have to set their own reasoning. And the only reason we got was really like, I don't know, that he just like lost and okay, like he lost to Bray and Bray gave him his sister Abigail and like it re-woke him. It just doesn't make any sense and it falls flat because there's nothing for anybody to really grip onto and really dive into. Yeah, sure, it's fun to chant delete, delete, delete. But at the same time, there's nothing else there as far as character development. Hopefully it does. Maybe, we'll get a match here with Bray and Matt at some point that has some type of stakes with it. And, things start to change or whatever. I'm not hoping that they do exactly what Impact did. They need to do their own version of it. But this gimmick will never survive as just a, hey, I'm going to pop up on the Titantron and start going, yes, it's not going to work. There needs to be more to the gimmick. Because that's what made that gimmick so amazing in Impact was he wasn't like anything else on the roster. And right now, Matt still kind of is like everybody else on the roster, just he has a different gimmick. So, to all those WWE fans that are now starting to kind of be like, this isn't very good, blah, blah, blah. Sorry, but I told you so. Sometimes some things just work better in other companies. And instead of saying, now that works, that needs to come to this company, start watching that other company. Support that person. Support professional wrestling. That's kind of the whole moral of the story, and I think this is a great example of it. I'm not saying, hey, this is a plea to come watch Impact. No. Watch what you want to watch. Watch what you like. But if something catches fire, like this Thursday night, there's going to be a barbed wire massacre match between OVE and LAX. And I guarantee you, this will get people talking about Impact Wrestling. Whether you watch it on Twitch or if it does get shown on Pop or however you can watch it. Okay? This will get people talking about Impact Wrestling. I can almost guarantee that. At some point, wow, I can't believe they put this out for free. This match, this is awesome. Oh my God, did you see all these crazy moves? Because these two teams, LAX, Homicide, Ortiz, Santana versus Sami Callihan, Dave and Jake Christ, OVE. These guys are willing to put their bodies on the line because they do it all the time in the indies. Think about what they're going to do whenever they know this can be seen on national television. All over the world. And if it does get put on Twitch, even more people can see it because less people, I'm sure more people have access to Twitch than they do Pop TV or whatever other channels that it's on across the world. This is going to get people talking about it. And what I don't want to see is people going, oh, man, could you imagine if this was in New Japan? Could you imagine if they were on Ring of Honor? Could you imagine if they were in WWE? No, just go, wow, you know what? Congrats, Impact. I think I should start watching Impact now. That's what I want to see. But it's not going to happen because for some reason it's uncool to like Impact Wrestling. It's uncool to like anything that's not semi-associated with the WWE. And yet, all the fans, all that they ever want is our wrestlers, Impact Wrestling's wrestlers, that we're fans of, to come to their product. In fact, even with the recent releases, well, not releases, their contracts right now, they chose not to renew them. EC3, Bobby Lashley, and James Storm. They're coming to the WWE, and they might be. I'm sure EC3 probably is. The James Storm one, I won't be shocked if he shows up in NXT, but at the same time, just again that the way that they filmed the backstage stuff has me thinking there's something more to that. I think we're getting worked a little bit. At least I definitely am hoping so, but I don't know. There's just a little bit of me that's starting to say maybe we're getting worked. The Bobby Lashley thing, I don't think he's going to WWE. I think he is legit taking time off to go to Bellator and really finish up the remaining years that he has left that he can fight, try to do what he can to become a world champion in Bellator. Maybe after that, then maybe, yeah, he'll go to WWE or come back to Impact or something like that. But I think right now he wants to do MMA. But I just saw today again, like, Alberto Del Rio and many other Impact Wrestling superstars' contracts expire this year. Already? We're in January. Like, you're already looking at more people's whose contracts could be expiring this year? And what do you want? Them to go to WWE? Nobody wanted Alberto Del Rio or El Patron for a while. Now all of a sudden he's the main name on that headline? Man, give me a break. You want these guys to come to... EC3 will not be the EC3 in WWE that he was in Impact Wrestling. I'm not saying he's not going to be good, but I don't think it's going to be the same. You know what I mean? Like, and who knows? Maybe they're... Bobby Lashley, the reason why Impact was so successful with Bobby Lashley and he was so successful in Impact, because they didn't make him go out and do monologues. He went out and said a couple things, did what he needed to say. He became really good on the mic. He became really good at just being this MMA fighter wrestler. He's going to go to WWE, and they're going to make him go out and do like a good 15-minute monologue. Almost every Monday night, if he were to go there. So, that wouldn't work either. I don't know. That's just my thought. Again, the Woken stuff, that's exactly, the biggest example that I can have for the reasoning of why sometimes things don't always work outside of where they were originated. I hope the Briscoes never go to the WWE because they could never be who they are right now in Ring of Honor in WWE. They could be them in New Japan. I think that would actually be a lot of fun to watch, Briscoes in New Japan. They could be that in Impact, but WWE would never let them be that type of gimmick. Like it just they would tone it down big time, and that's not what that's not what makes the Briscoes the Briscoes. Um, so again, this video is going a little bit longer than what I was thinking, so I want this to just be kind of a quick video. So Impact Nation, until the next video for the this week's Impact review, peace.